So we're going to talk about 6 skills, and the first skill we're going to talk about is how to identify how we feel.
Okay. Okay. Sharing feelings reduces the incidence of blood pressure, heart disease, ulcers, infections, etc. Sharing feelings also improves emotional health and increases trust and understanding. Feelings signal our deepest needs. Though feelings are an essential cornerstone of communication, most of us cannot even identify how we feel because we have not been taught that skill at home, or in school, or in the workplace. Perhaps more of a challenge for men. Ask a guy how he feels right now. Ask your significant fiancé, other, how do you feel? Okay. I'm going to ask Charlie how he feels. He's a good example of man.
This is a typical guy. Not all guys, but a typical guy.
Okay, Charlie, how do you feel right now?
Good.
Can you describe that a little bit more?
Real good.
All right. How do you feel when you're not feeling good?
You know, I really feel bad.
How do you feel bad?
Terribly bad. Awfully bad.
Okay, well, there we go. There's a man standing up for his feelings. Okay, here you go. You have to do this.
So there are 4 types of feelings, but one of the reasons why we cannot distinguish feelings very well is that we mistake a thought from a feeling, okay? And one of the ways to tell a thought, an opinion, from a feeling is the I think versus I feel rule. That is, and we'll give you some examples of that.
Okay. Charlie, I feel like you could do a better job cleaning the car.
So that's not a feeling. That's a judgment. And you're right, I could do a much better job.
Instead, I should say, I feel disappointed about how you're cleaning the car.
Or here's one, Marty, I think we should save more money. What I really should say is I feel worried that we're not saving enough. So when we say I feel that or I think that, it's a feeling. It's a thought or opinion. We can argue with thoughts and opinions. We can't argue with feelings. Here's one more.
Charlie, I feel that we should spend more time together. And what I really should be saying is I feel discouraged because we're not spending any time together.
So there are 4 types of feelings: mad, glad, sad, and afraid. And within those contexts, there are a lot of other feelings, but they kind of boil it down to 4. And as we were saying, you might want to just pick a feeling out of there that you might be feeling right now. So, for example, I'm feeling in the glad side, kind of elated about this. This is fun. It's a good trip. I enjoy it.
Okay.
How about you? Where are you?
I'm going to move over to the afraid side because I'm really anxious. I'm feeling anxious right now.
So pick one out of there. How are you feeling? And remember, there's no such thing as a bad feeling or a good feeling. Share with each other a feeling. Okay, sounds like some good feelings here. Hungry might be one. So, the definition of a feeling is.
The definition of a feeling is a spontaneous inner reaction to a person, place, or thing.
So what's the key word in that definition? But why? Why is spontaneous? Everyone always says spontaneous. You get an A. I'm a retired professor. She's a retired high school teacher. Everybody gets an A. But why is it the key word?
It's italicized.
I'm sorry?
It's italicized.
Yeah, it's italicized. That's right. It could have been in bold, too. But besides italicized, why is spontaneous the key?
Because you're not stopping and thinking about your actions. You're just...
Exactly. You can't control how you feel. What can you control? How you act on that feeling. Okay, a feeling is a spontaneous interaction to a person, place, or thing. You can't control it, but you can control what you do with it. You know, I'm really angry. I can control that action. but I can't control that anger. And that's key, and we'll explain why.
Okay. The key word is spontaneous. And why is spontaneous so important? Because we cannot control, as Charlie said. A feeling just happens. Therefore, a feeling has no morality. There is no such thing as a bad or a good feeling. We may mistakenly think that feelings like angry, depressed, or ashamed are bad,
Or afraid, maybe?
but they are not. We can respond to a feeling in 3 ways. First, we can reject the feeling out of hand. We can reject the feeling by what we say. Don't feel that way. Or, that's not how you should feel. Or, oh, get over it. Or, I don't want to talk about it.
She's good. She never does this. This is great.
Oh, it will pass.
Or we can change how we act on it. Well, change the subject. Oh, it's a nice day, isn't it? Ignore the issue. No, I don't think that even happened. Belittle the issue. Yeah, no big deal. Come on, let's move on. We can patronize. I'm pretty good at that. And we can ridicule the feeling. So that's the first thing. We don't obviously want to do that. We don't want to reject the feeling. So there's a second way to react.
The second way to react is to tolerate the feeling. This is much more subtle. We don't reject it out of hand, but we are dismissive and blasé about it. And sometimes we have passing comments. Oh, I understand what you're saying. Or, I can see why you're angry. Or, I hear what you're saying, so let's solve the issue. Oh yeah, I felt that way myself.
I mean, it's okay, but it's not getting at really what that feeling is like. So the third way to do it is to empathize with a feeling, to kind of take it on, to experience it. So right now I'm kind of feeling pumped up about things.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how pumped up are you?
It's about 8.5. If I can get a cup of coffee, I'll get to 10 though. I'll
No
move
more
to 10
coffee.
real fast. No more coffee, okay.
What is the feeling like? Can you think of a time when you or I felt that way before?
Yeah, I think the last time we did this thing, it was fun. It's been great being around folks who love each other.
Okay, okay. Is your feeling of being pumped up like the time we made the presentation at the, we did the sacrament talk?
Yeah, the time we got filmed, we were stars.
Okay, okay. And when do you think I might have had that same feeling? Let me think about that. Well, I think when, I felt that way when we got married. Really
really?
pumped up.
Yeah. That was cool.
Yeah.
Only 50 years ago.
50 short years ago, I remember that.
So, as we said, what's the key is how we act on our feelings. That's the morality. And there are inappropriate actions. Stonewall, clam up. That's one of the really biggest threats to a marriage is apathy and distance and not talking. We'll talk more about that. Engaging a third person to win an argument. You have examples of that?
Wait till I tell my sister about this.
Wait till my mom hears about this. Wait till I text so-and-so. Bringing a third person into the argument. Get revenge.
Holding a grudge. Or reminding your beloved of a past mistake. All those actions have morality.
And those are inappropriate actions. Appropriate actions would include
Facing the issue,
expressing our feelings and thoughts,
empathizing with our fiancé's point of view,
negotiating a reasonable compromise,
when in the wrong, ask for forgiveness,
admitting our culpability that we had some fault in it,
getting the facts, understanding all the different dimensions,
agreeing to disagree. A lot of things just aren't going to get solved today or probably within 50 years.
and also praying for wisdom and grace.
So for that respective skill, we would pray for the virtue of temperance and prudence.
Okay, go ahead, read it for me.
Prudence, we pray for the virtue of prudence to judge between actions with regard to appropriate actions at a given time, proper moderation between self-interest versus interest in the need for the other. And our prayer is, Lord, help me to choose the action that demonstrates putting the one I love before myself.